Alrighty, hello everybody, my name is Mr. Pluggington, and today we are doing another Star Wars 5e Adventure. We don't have everyone here today, we have a missing person. We don't really know where he is. Hopefully he's fine, and hopefully he can jump in a little bit later. As always, we have Rook, Tyler, Hawk, and Bo.
This is an absolute pleasure, sir.
Say hi, guys.
Hi.
Roger. Well, how are we supposed to know to say hello if you don't tell us anything?
Just one of those.
Roger.
Ew, gross.
The next person who says Roger is going to give Hawk PTSD, and he's going to have to roll wisdom saving throw to not go good soldiers follow orders.
And I don't have Wookiees to protect us.
Oh my god, I need to make that a
No,
meme
you
now.
don't. Hawk, I'm making that a
time
meme
was-
after this session.
Last time that was just Hawk playing around. Imagine him
Yeah.
not playing around.
You're going to take that a lot more seriously. And I don't have Wookiees to shield me anymore, so we're careful now. But hey, now we do have Wookiees on Dantooine that if we need them in an emergency, probably we could take one with us, but I don't recommend we do it right now because they just got settled.
But buddies are not an emergency, by the way.
Are there like animals on this planet they can hunt and do stuff like that?
Oh yeah,
yeah,
Dantooine has
um,
plenty of animals. They have the
Okay.
calf hounds.
For sure, that's definitely something they can hunt.
Yeah, and calf hounds can be a very, very nasty to deal with. They're a common predator. As far as the Wookiees are concerned, outside of character knowledge, of course, Kashyyyk is far deadlier than Dantooine is, but Dantooine is easier to farm, easier to live on. The only thing the Wookiees would be upset about is probably the lack of worship trees because it's a religious connection. But other than that, yeah, Dantooine is like a paradise to them without danger. They'll probably keep a couple of mementos of home and, long to go back, but realize it's not safe.
I mean,
Yeah,
if
so
they
they're
really
fine.
want us to, we could go get a Worcester tree sapling and
Exactly.
take it to Dantooine.
Exactly. Dantooine, you could plant it as a reminder, and it wouldn't grow as tall because that's like the worship trees on Kashyyyk are thousands of years old, but it would be like the one in the Jedi Enclave, that one tree that was there before it was cut in half. It'd be a decently sized tree.
That'd be a
That
perfect
and
replacement.
it would be. Actually, they're right by that. That'd be awesome. It'd be a sign that we were there if Plug was doing future campaigns, a later timeline like Yuuzhan Vong War. That could be in the temple.
Oh yeah,
Um,
I was debating if I should do another campaign after this one, but I probably was gonna add a lot more of my content into it than what's in the books.
I recommend you play a campaign. Plug. I mean, as a fellow DM, I understand the burnout. So
Oh,
play
I
a
know,
campaign
man.
and then do a campaign.
I know it's
Dude,
hard.
Oh, burnout is so hard.
I mean,
it got
it's true.
it got so bad that I ran a
Perma-
campaign with 6 players at 20 levels
Oh boy.
for our last session. 6 of my players at level 20 storming a Lucahult class battleship. It was a great time, but it was a one shot, so I'm satisfied. And I was satisfied last session too.
Gross.
Let's see.
Enough deliberating. Let's get to this DM, shall we?
Alrighty, so unfortunately we can't use the music for oop. Whoops.
No.
Sorry about that. I accidentally hit a wrong button while moving my keyboard.
Wait, was the music what kept getting it caught
Yeah,
down?
it
Yeah,
was music
the
that
intro
got, it
got our
taken
last episode banned, but we had
By
to have
manual
to
review.
trim it. So and I couldn't really think of anything, so we're just gonna literally hop right into it. So you guys are on your ship. The Wookiees are outside, currently settling down, close towards the temple. Everyone's doing their own thing. In fact, what are you guys doing right now?
I am. Bo's probably think. Wait. I'm sorry. Hold on. You guys go.
It's connection.
Hawk's probably in the cockpit trying to get ready to take whatever orders we are to which planet we're going to.
Okay.
Sorry, that was the pizza guy.
Anyway, Bo, what are you doing besides grabbing pizza?
Going over the steps that the Wookiees were teaching him in hand-to-hand combat.
He's getting Pizza
Okay.
the Hut.
Yeah, Pizza the Hut.
Yeah, Pizza the Hut. Nova? My goodness.
Nova, what are you doing?
I am just doing some routine maintenance on the ship, just kind of making sure none of the Wookiees broke or did anything.
Okay, okay. And finally, Nura,
And,
what are you doing?
I am actually going up to the cockpit, and I'm going to kind of stand there, and I'm going to very, patiently wait until Hawk notices me.
Okay,
No,
Hawk,
just
make a
stand
perception
like
check.
Hawk is going to make a perception check on this.
Give me a second. I gotta sit back down. I was grabbing a drink.
Okay.
Oh boy, don't drink yourself silly before the night's out.
Hey, I don't drink like alcohol. I drink soda.
Oh, so do I.
Not
It's
a
almost
huge
worse
fan
for
of
you.
Yeah.
Neither am I. Anyway, so I'm just patiently waiting with my hands in front of me, just like, not wanting to really bother you, but at the same time very much wanting to talk.
Okay. Let's see. I'm going to. Let's see. I think it's +5. Let me make sure. You said perception, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
Let's get the bad ones out of the way.
That's a 7. What do I roll, stealth?
Are you trying to hide?
No, I'm not. I'm literally standing in the doorway, and he doesn't notice. DM just a 7 succeed. Okay then. Since the DM's not saying anything, I'm going to walk up to you, and I'm gonna not have any more questions. I'm gonna put my hand on you. You did not know I was behind you. I'm just gonna put my hand on your shoulder.
Make an acrobatics check.
Oh no! Oh no!
Okay.
Good point. Got a good point.
Hey, I don't. It's a -1. Acrobatics. That's a 9.
Or athletics. Acrobatics. Or I was about to say.
It's
or
still a
athletics, so-
-1. It's
yeah.
still a -1, so that's a 9. That's an athletics check of 9. That's a 15. Oh no.
And
Okay.
just put you in like an arm lock.
Okay, so you're like about to break my arm.
I don't go all the way to breaking your arm, but I got you in that lock. I'm like, oh.
Are
Okay.
you in pain?
I-
Havoc, Hawk, please. I just wanted to talk. Please, my arm.
Or at least, oh, sorry. You should have told me you were there.
Yes, I should have, but you look busy, and, well, I'll just sit down slowly. Hawk, now that the Wookiees are out of the ship, do you remember that stormtrooper on Kashyyyk?
Yeah, I remember.
I trust. Sorry, go ahead.
He just immediately pulls his helmet off of the dash of the ship and puts it on.
Nura kind of notices this. He's like, I'm a little bit like upset about that, but like, you won't look at me eye to eye. But I kind of shrug it off. I understand that my actions were not particularly to your liking, with the way I dealt with him.
Uh-huh.
To be
He's just like-
completely honest, sorry.
He's like flicking on the switches while you're saying this in the cockpit.
Make a tech roll.
I'll kind of, as he's rolling, I'll kind of, it didn't sit well with me. I felt a great deal of things after I passed out in the main hold, and let's just say I did something that I regret, and I wanted to settle something with you while you were getting the ship ready.
Well, don't worry. If my regrets have anything to show, that just means this will haunt you for a while.
I kind of lean forward. Hawk, this is serious. I need to know where you stand. I do not doubt your loyalty, and I do consider you a friend, but I need to know, why are you with us?
Well, I know I can never take back what I did, but hopefully I can make up for it.
I kind of lean back. And how do you, how do you get used to killing things?
Well, it was easy when they were droids. You just don't recognize them as anything, but the more living it becomes, the more you have to tell yourself that they're just another mindless being. But whenever something gets that bad, it's easier to just put them out of the misery quickly than let them suffer.
I will take that into consideration. And I will stand up. And as I'm walking, I'll turn back. Just so you know, I am very sensitive to the feelings of those around me, including those that are about to die. So, if something else were to be violently or brutally killed, I don't know if I could shut my mind off from it.
What? I love you.
Well, we all learn from something. I guess it's something for you to learn.
I see Nora in the doorway as he's walking out, and I kind of walk by with a data pad in my hand. Excuse me, sir. Right.
Yes, Bo. Yes. What is?
No. I'm actually needing to talk to Hawk. Is everything all right with you?
Oh.
Yep.
I'll just very sheepishly back away and kind of shuffle back to my quarters, thinking that I was needed, and now I know I'm not.
Rona. Don't. It's too soon.
All right. We'll see you later, Master Bardane. Hawk. I was looking at the map a little bit. You think we got a chance? We could probably stop by Megiddo?
Well, there's one way to find out.
It's not too far from Dantooine, but if we head to Megiddo, I was thinking we could possibly go through some of the scraps from the war and make a few credits by, and hear me out, selling some of the more illegal stuff, broken battle droids, the circuitry that's there.
Only if I get a couple of target practice out of it.
Yeah, of course. I was going to let the rest of the crew know, but I didn't. I kind of figured I'd ask our pilot, since you know the ship better than I do.
As he's saying this, I'm immediately setting course for Megiddo.
Okay.
Yeah, continue with Bo. I was just...
Anywho, if you ever get a chance, let me know how that goes. I'm gonna continue up with my final checkup of the ship. Other than that, good luck setting the nav computer.
Ow.
Alright, is there going to be any more RP between other people before Hawk tries to take off with the
Yes,
ship?
is there? Actually, yes, there will be. So as you are getting the ship prepped and ready, you then see that there is a communication being held towards your ship from long distance.
Does it have a name or ID attached to it?
The ID name is made out of a barcode that's not encryptable, but it says it's coming from the location Tatooine.
Do we recognize what the ID is?
Not really. Like I said, the ID is encrypted, so it's encrypted in a way to where it doesn't show up on the scanners. But
I'm
you
going
can
to head over the comm. I'm going to be Nova, come up here. I need your help.
Put an
Uh,
underscore in as their username.
Yeah.
yeah.
What? I just kind of wander in with like kind of grease on my hands and cover my shirt. What's going on?
I'm gonna need your help decrypting this signal. I need to figure out who it is before we decide to patch through, since we never know if it's Imperials or who it is.
Sure, yeah. All right, move over. You can give me a hand.
All right, and I'm going to help Nova or use the help action with decrypting the. Would this be a tech roll? I think we better ask.
Yeah,
Plug first whether
this would be a tech roll.
and then
Tech
the
or
helping was-
is this pure coding? Because I have slicing expertise.
This is a communication that's been recoded to where it doesn't give information.
So would it be slicing then? Hacking?
You could do hacking. Yeah, it'd be like hacking.
Or would it be tech? It's up to you.
I'd say it'd be more like tech. Hacking would be more
Okay.
of like you trying to like get into the brain of a droid or something, or stealing someone's ship.
And then
Okay.
using the help action gives Nova advantage, if I'm correct.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, help action gives advantage.
It's weird. It looks like it's long distance.
So that is a 14.
14, 11. Okay, you're able to get at least part of the name, and it said at least the first few and ending, the first and last letters of each of the three parts, because there's like a big ass space in each of them, where it is a JATEHT.
Jabba the Hutt. Do I need to make any form of check to actually put that together, or would that be pretty easy to put together?
Make a. What would
That'd
be?
be lore.
Yeah, it would be either be
Maybe-
like a
maybe
lore
lo-
or
Or
Investigation.
perception. Maybe perception, I think. Like, can you perceive what that actually is? Maybe? Possibly?
perception would be better.
Okay.
Ha!
Perception.
I made myself invaluable, but I'm
Okay.
in quarters, so
Yeah,
I can't help you.
Yeah,
22%.
yeah. Given the detail of where the position of these names, you would instantly think, oh, Jabba the Hutt.
I immediately press the button to patch it through.
Okay, so as you do that, the droid that usually does his communication for him pops up and says, "Hello there, crew of Jabba the Hutt's old ship.
Whoa, you guys took this ship from Jabba?
We didn't take it. We earned it.
Oh.
The great Jabba the Hutt has requested your presence, for he has a job for you."
Whoa.
Well, we were planning on heading to Mygeeto, but I guess we should probably head that way to make sure we don't upset our former employer.
Shouldn't we ask what the job is?
The droid sort of steps his head out of the looking area, as then he comes back and says, "The great Jabba will allow you to complete your task if need be. It is no rush, but he is needing some urgency. Please finish up what you are needing to and get back here as soon as possible."
I don't think we should upset and Bo says in quotes, great Jabba the Hutt.
What is the job? And I make sure that where I am, you can't really see from the communicator, so I'm just kind of a voice saying. But I'm like, what does the job entail?
"Who is this that I speak to within the crew?
It's one of our
Mechanic.
crew members.
This job cannot be spoken over communications due to sensitive information that is possibly being tracked, either by Imperial or by the very same person that we are needing to discuss further about. So please head in person towards Jabba's palace on Tatooine. We will be waiting for your arrival.
Bo kind of leans over to Nova and speaks in the Chiss native language. Why did you hide your name?
Are you making sure to say that quiet enough that it can't be heard over the communicator?
That's why I leaned in.
Okay. I kind of raised my hand. I'm like, after.
Understood.
And the end of the communication for him then turns off, and the signal is then lost.
Well, I guess that changes plans.
All right. Well, if we're heading to Tatooine, I'm gonna go take care of some things in my room.
Alrighty. So,
Well, looks like we're
Nura,
changing
what are you
destination.
doing?
I am gonna try.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Did he say Nura or Nova? What did he?
Yeah, he
Nura.
said Nura, but it's so close to Nova. I keep on mixing them up.
No, hey, it's okay. It's okay if you talk over me. I talk over you guys all the time, so I won't be offended. But yeah, here's the I am sitting in my room. I'm still thinking about what happened on Kashyyyk, and then what happened after as well, questioning whether or not I follow the Jedi Code and all that. So I'm having an existential crisis right now. How are you guys doing?
Hawk's a little
All in all,
annoyed
I'm
they-
fine.
Okay,
Yeah,
roll
Hawk's a little
a
annoyed that he
sanity
doesn't
check.
get to go.
Sanity
Ross,
check.
Okay,
A
let's do
wisdom
this.
check.
That's a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Crit fail. Crit fail.
Oh, thank Christ.
That's an 11. Okay.
Yeah,
Huh,
you're
I'm
a bit
okay.
stressed, but not to the point where you're gonna like fucking start
And
snapping.
we know how I relieve stress. Anyway, so
Ew, gross.
we're I'm having an existential crisis in the back. Hawk, I talked to you about it, but you're busy flying. So anyway, actually, you know what? I'm gonna do something I wanted to do. I'm gonna walk out and ask Nova. Are you walking back into the main hold?
I am walking towards engineering, just kind of
Okay.
focused and just kind of
So
distracted by something.
okay. So real quick, as you're walking, I'm gonna use force push, and I'm going to pick up like a wrench from across the room and hold it in front of you. I'm gonna like pick it up and hold it directly in your path so that you notice it and stop moving.
What do you want, Jedi boy?
I pull the wrench towards me and catch it in my hand. Nova, there's something I've been meaning to discuss with you, and I feel it's important to get off my conscience. Are you busy?
How long is it going to take us to get where we need to go?
I think Tatooine's on the exact opposite side of the galaxy, if I remember from
It's
Dantooine.
gonna be a while if I'm doing
Alright.
the math right.
All
Couple
right,
of
sure. I
days
got
at least.
I got
It's gonna be a
time.
couple days.
At
So
least.
I'll walk over to a wall panel. I'll enter in like 3 or 4 numbers. Flanny, please forgive me, and I will open the chamber, and there will be that HK assassin droid fully deactivated and empty. And I will turn to Nova, and I'll look very upset. This was one of our companions before you joined us, and I don't know what happened to him, but I can't, in good conscience, leave him like this. I need you to do something. You have that commando droid head. Is there any way you could? And I kind of shudder at the thought. Just put him into the droid, or make something out of him. It's not right to leave a friend like this.
Oh, 1 second. I am going to try to use my on-off power on him.
Yeah.
Does
Okay.
it react?
You try to inject it into the system. Doesn't work.
I'm literally standing over you. Any luck?
That was just. I pull out a data suite and kind of plug it in. Like I look for a plug-in with the droid, plug it in, and see if there's like
Make me a tech
anything
roll
going-
with disadvantage.
is that I'm trying to hack into him though.
Oh. Then make me a hack move with disadvantage, because he's an old-ass droid.
He's 4,000 years old. But you do have a hacker. What is it called? A slicer's kit or a hacker's kit?
Slicer's kit, and I have
Okay.
expertise in it.
Oh, perfect.
Ooh, very nice.
Hawk, where did you put my cloak?
Where'd I put what?
You remember I let you borrow my cloak.
Oh, somewhere in the cargo hold.
Alright, thank you.
$10.
Okay. So, unfortunately, as you are trying to slice into this old droid, you then see the droid begin to twitch a little as it
Run, run, run!
Oh, I'll try to shut the door. As it's going, I'll try to shut the door.
As you shut the
Now, hang
door,
on.
you
I
hear a
have
large as the door then covers it, but then it shakes the door, and the door goes and falls right in front of you.
What the hell is that droid?
It was an HK assassin droid. You should have been more careful.
I
I
was
will-
careful.
That was apparently not careful enough. And I will walk in. Sorry, go ahead, Hawk.
Hawk around the corner. What are you doing to my ship?
The droid blew up.
And I will. Okay, DM. What's left of him?
The thing that's left of him is majority of his body. The thing that really went off was more of his internal systems and his head. So everything so his head exploded, and everything went up. Up and out.
Okay. Is
Get it.
his chest open? Like,
Yeah, there's a bit of an opening, as though, like, the metal has been, like, sort of peeled back a bit on one side, and a few panels here and there. Yeah.
Can I do like a diagnosis because I have my kind of out of character roleplay thought is that like the kind of something fundamental went wrong like in his personality suite or something, and it literally just short-circuited everything, so there's literally nothing I could have done. But I'm not just gonna force that on you. I do want to make a knowledge or engineering check.
Yeah, make an engineering check. So you're trying to figure
I
out,
assume
like,
there's not
what
much
caused
left of him.
this?
Yep,
Okay.
17.
Okay, so
You know, I know
looking
these
at this...
clankers with some bad news.
So looking at this
Just walks
old
back in the
droid...
cockpit.
You do see that a lot of his memory, old memory systems are implanted in the interior because of an older model, and his internal battery system had been rotting. But the main part is that his core system was failing due to a maintenance check that was not working properly. So the maintenance was not able to fully go through all systems.
essentially, a
Was
screw
there-
loose.
Yeah, is this literally like if this happens to a droid, there's nothing you can do? Like it's
You could try and you do know that you could try and get it back up and working. It's just going to be harder because this is an older droid model.
As
But it would
Boba
be-
was
Nova.
in, Hawk, did you kill another droid?
I'll turn to Bo. No, he didn't kill another. And I'll just turn back. Out of character. So you said DM, his memory core, his memories are still there. Like his memory chips are still there, embedded in his model, but his head and his chest are blown open.
Yeah. No. His head is gone. It's
Okay.
gone. The only thing left is just
so-
like the little ball and neck headpiece.
Huh.
Okay. So I'll turn to Nova and just very quietly, is there a memory, anything that would be the droid's personality left in him.
The core memory unit's still there, but the what you would call personality section, it was trying to do a like maintenance subroutine, right? It was trying to fix something, and it just couldn't, and it kept trying to do the same thing, and it just kept on getting worse and worse and worse and worse. And if I didn't cause this, it would have probably done this on its own in a couple days.
And what it may have built up, I mean, that probably could have been worse, right?
Looking over
There's not
this-
much.
Yeah, looking over this, you wouldn't know if it would have gotten worse if it continued.
I mean, maybe droids aren't exactly known for having C4 in their bodies, so I don't know, but probably not. Again, I've never worked with a model this old before, but what I did should not have, like, it was a routine check was all I was doing. I don't know.
Self-destruct when attempting to tamper with his core, maybe.
Maybe, but it didn't feel that. It didn't feel like that to me. I've seen droids that do stuff like that. They tend to immediately enter combat mode, especially a droid like this. I don't know.
Well, at the same time, is there anything left of who he was? Any memory, anything at all?
Nice.
I
That's
can.
wonderful.
Excuse me.
So you said the core memory unit's still there, right?
Yeah,
in the torso?
Yeah, the core memory unit is still like somehow intact. It's just very rusted up and old.
This is going to take a while, but I could try to transfer what memory files are still active. It'll take some reworking of my droid, but I might be able to bring something back.
Well, Nova,
So-
you got some time. We're heading to the other side of the galaxy.
Oh,
What I'm
actually, do you guys
what I'm gonna
happen
do-
to have any extra helmet parts around? Or did my
parts? What do you mean?
did my armor come with a helmet?
What do you mean?
That's up to you.
Okay, it came with a helmet.
Nice.
Okay.
Oh.
I guess your helmet will look sort of like the Rebel Ewok helmet. The one the one that like Leia
Endor?
tossed. Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be
Could
like
you
that.
post?
Hold on, let me grab a picture of what it is.
But essentially, while I look at him, I just look at the droid. I look down at Nova. If there's anything you can do to save him, I
I don't know what he's going to be when I fix him. I don't know what's going to be left. I don't know. I'm basically trying to. What you would call. Oh, okay.
Hold on, guys. I'll be
What
back
you call-
just a second.
Okay.
What. Yeah, what you call a personality is
They can't hear you.
kind of there, and I point at
They
like
can't
a
hear you.
so,
That's fine,
like
dude.
a chunk. I'm like, that's basically his.
Okay.
What makes him him. But his memory unit's still intact, but it's rusted to hell. What I'm going to try to do is I'm taking two individual things and trying to make them one, if that makes sense.
I understand. If there's anything you can recover, please tell me immediately. He was my friend.
This hunk of junk?
I'll turn to Bo, and I will attempt to force push him lightly. I'm just gonna it's. I don't think it's a throw. I'm actually gonna pull you closer, like a couple of feet closer, so you're like stumbling forward. Yes, he was my friend, and before he even knew you, he swore to protect you.
And as you
You will.
pulled me closer, I pulled my blaster out and shoved it into your stomach. And
Yep.
this is my best friend, so if you want to keep your life, then don't do that. again.
Ladies,
I tell you and Chiss to back off.
Well, I don't understand that language, and I lightly push you back.
I think you both need to calm down a bit. You shouldn't have said that. But to be fair, you threatening him with the force also not cool. And I'm gonna grab a head. I'll be right back as I wander off and bring back start trying to fix him up.
Alrighty, roll me tech rolls.
Have a mechanic in the crew. Look, I'm gonna ask for help as well. Like,
And
if
if
I
you
can
want
get
help, you
advantage.
can get it.
Okay, perfect.
I'll because I very much don't want to be in the same room as Mr. Blaster Boy over there. I'm going to no hard feelings, by the way. I'm going to walk out after Nova, and I'm going to assist him. And because with the help action, I can give you, if I roll a 15 more or higher, D20 plus 6. That is a success. Okay, so as Nova, as you get an extra D4 on that. So as I walk with you, I kind of lean forward. There were a great many people in the galaxy that were great. DM, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm just waiting.
I know. We're talking. Anyway, so as you go about your work, Nova, there was a very great scoundrel that was very good at repairing droids. Her name was Mission Vow. She was a companion of the Jedi Revan, and you remind me of her very much in the readings that I've done. So just know that you may one day be destined for greatness in the annals of Jedi history if we are to survive this encounter.
Ooh, shiny. I should kind of a smile as I kind of like. I'm not even looking at you. I'm still just kind of messing around with the droid.
Yeah. Okay, so
You doing okay, by the way?
As a couple hours pass by a little bit.
So that was a 21, by the way.
That was 21. Okay.
In total.
So, you're trying to repair the full droid itself?
I'm trying to. So the personality of the droid is destroyed, right? It's only its memory unit that survived.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to basically transfer anything that's in the memory, because you said it was rusted to hell. I'm trying to transfer that to the head of my droid, while keeping the subroutines that make him non-aggressive towards me, and like kind of, I want to make sure that it won't go rogue all of a sudden because of all the new memories. But I am trying to make a functional droid, clean out any rusted. Like, again, this is probably a very rare opportunity to get to the guts of this guy. So I'm going to replace or fix up any parts that are broken or rusted. And I'm just going to take my time and make sure that this guy is shipshape.
Imagine Flanny comes back and when he finds out what happens.
This is
I
want this to be sent to Flanny too, because I was trying to fix him or at least get something out of him. Like my thought was I was going to pull his memory core out and at least have his processes a chip that I had, so that I could carry him with me wherever I went.
Okay, so as you're attempting to connect this droid brain to the memories, you are able to get a lot of the memory files there. Not all of them, but a nice big chunk of them here and there of various locations and stuff. And you do get a couple interesting ones as they're like being transferred into the droid. The droid's head sort of begins to just go like it's as though it's like talking, just looking through all this stuff. Its eyes are like flashing, and about 5 minutes after, the droid then says download complete.
How you doing there, Rusty?
Memory use available 35%.
Run systems diagnosis, full
Diagnosis. New memory files have been implanted into memory database. Able to project them when you able to project memories when need be. Standing by.
Scan for any corruptions or degradation in program.
Analysis. 5% of some files have been corrupted beyond repair. 10% of some files have some corruption that are still able to be repaired.
Quarantine and any files that can be repaired. Make sure they're not further degraded, and delete any files that can no longer be repaired past the point of no return.
Roger. His system power seems to be like slowing down from doing all this.
Okay.
System cleared. Video analyses have been identified through the purge. Standing by for upload.
Bo comes
Now,
around, speaking chiss. You got that thing working?
Kinda.
Interesting.
So is it basically the head? Is the body attached to the head now, or is it?
Oh, I was thinking the head just has the memories in them. I didn't know you were attaching
Okay.
the robot to it.
Okay. I'm gonna start. I'm like, well, any memories of any emotion, any memories connected to a strong emotional response?
None able to find. However, video provided sufficient information of how the personality of this droid would be. The various videos that would be shown would also show various locations of where this droid has been.
All right. I'm gonna kind of wander over to the hollow net area, start messing around with it so I can kind of plug the head in. And I'm gonna kind of drag the body of the droid in as well as I kind of collect a whole bunch of bits and bobs and equip. Like, basically, my plan right now is to kind of connect the two, but also repair this 100-year-old droid. Kind of tear out anything that's broken and not working. Replace
100-year-old.
anything
This
that is.
like thousands of years old, dude.
Okay.
As he attempts to grab it and like haul it across the floor, I see this little tiny Twi'lek trying to pull this massive droid who's like 6'8", I believe, and I just use the Force and lightly push it along so I can help a little bit using a Force push. I just gently push it along the floor to help her out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Nova, make me another tech roll if you're trying to use the body for anything again.
I will again get assistance if I can.
Yes, I will help you. See if I'm gonna make another lore check.
with the body?
I'm trying to see if I can make a droid out of
Oh, you're
Fix
trying
him
to
up.
You're trying to do the C-3PO thing from episode 2.
Exactly.
Okay.
My legs aren't moving. I must need maintenance.
That is
That's
a
nat
crit?
20. That is a nat 20, and I fail. So anyway, that's a nat 20.
Jesus.
Nat 20, 25.
Okay, so as you are trying to put this droid's head onto the
well, no. But my first, I'm trying to. So I'm kind of doing a few things. I'm hooking up the head to the projector so I can see the memories and stuff like that. But I assume that's pretty easy. But the hard part I'm doing is fixing up the droid so when I can attach the head to it. Like, I'm getting the body prepped, basically.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, he's just fixing the droid itself.
So as you prep the projector for the eyes for the droid, you do see that the multiple files that he was talking about are all ready to be looked at, including sections dedicated for videos and all. The droid body, however, as you're prepping that, it seems as though a few of the neck pieces can be able to fit. You'll just have to have a tight squeeze on them, but otherwise this is ready to go. It'll just take a little bit for the systems to re-engage with new motives, etc., etc.
Okay.
I'll
I do want to. I'm also out of character. I am using this opportunity to explain the stat differential. So any parts that need maintenance or replacing that have shown because again, because it's been like 1,000 years and this is very old, right? There's got to be parts that they were functioning, but after that explosion, they're like not working anymore. They'll break down very quickly. So I'm replacing anything I can and doing stuff like that.
Okay.
And you said you're talking about it. You said you're talking about it as you do it. You're like explaining to one of us, or are you just looking for those parts?
I will say, hey, you guys have any droid pieces? Because, and I take out one part and literally it looks like metal and I kind of give it a little bit of a bend and it like disintegrates in the center. And I'm like, this guy's going to need a lot of work.
Plug.
Yeah.
How heavy would Saint Dane have been?
Oh no!
What was
Not
Saint
another
Dane?
one. No, isn't he still in our game?
Is he?
He was, but
I know he's still in the server, but I don't know if he's still playing.
I
Yeah,
think.
he
Let
hasn't-
me look at the message.
yeah, he hasn't hopped.
Let me
on
look
in
at the
a while.
messages. Let me
It
look at the
says-
messages from Saint Dane.
Last time he spoke was last Friday, a few days ago.
It was about his D&D warlock.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he's playing with us anymore.
Okay.
Okay, so Plug, how heavy would Saint Dane be?
What was Saint Dane? I can't remember.
He was
He
a
was-
roll droid. He was like he was an astromech, but he was on like a chakra, like a circular wheel, pretty much. He was essentially a hula hoop with a astromech droid head.
I think
Very small hula hoop.
I think he would weigh about he would weigh about the size of a tire. With
I was
like
gonna say, if he weighed the same as that 8K unit, I'm going to kill you.
no, he'd be
Um,
the weight about of a tire for like an SUV.
So, do I need to make an athletics check to hunk that thing over at them?
Huck it at us.
Y'all blew up one of the doors.
I warn you, I do have force push and pull, so I can okay. I do not want to abuse that cantrip, so I'd say reading it for like what it can do. I feel like I could at least slow it down to the point where it would make a ding in the deck, but it wouldn't hit us.
Okay. Yeah, so it would be
Like
an
Hawk looks
athletics
around the
roll.
corner after hearing. Yeah, Hawk hears y'all talking about needing more droid parts, peeks around a corner, finds Saint Dane, and then he's going to huck it before walking away.
My passive perception is 13. Do I see it coming?
I'm not trying to hide it.
I know, but I'm not looking at you. I'm actually looking away from where you are, because he's in the back of the ship, and we're at the front. We're at near the entrance to the hallway to go to the cockpit. They're throwing it in our general direction. Do I see it coming?
Make me a perception roll.
Oh boy, I was gonna say you should make me roll initiative for this. All right, so D20 plus perception. That's a 3.
Oof.
No. So
That's a 15.
oh, 15?
Yeah.
You do hear something that got lifted off of the ground and is now coming towards you. So, as you're turning, you do see
so-
that this hula hoop looking droid is coming at you.
Okay, I assume because of this, it would be a reaction. Do I have any powers that are reactions?
Shield, maybe?
No,
Do
I
you
don't
have
think I
Saber
have
Reflect?
any. Yeah, I don't have Saber Reflect. DM won't give us lightsabers. Anyway,
Well, you can use a vibro weapon.
I
Yeah.
never said I wasn't gonna give you any. I said you gotta earn
yeah, but you missed
them.
about 18 parts. Anyway, so as a bonus action, I'm gonna take phase walk, and as I see that droid, I'm going to hear something, and Nova, you're looking at me, and I'm handing you a wrench. And suddenly the wrench clatters to the floor as you look to your left, and I am halfway across the room, standing at my bunk door. And then a solid boom as the droid lands right next to your foot.
God, Jesus!
Hold on.
I told you that was some Hawk. Don't throw droids at us, please.
I swear to God, Hawk, I will mess with your food sympathizer. You will not like it.
You take 2
You
damage.
don't want to know what happened last time she dealt with me.
He's not even in the same room. He's walking back to the cargo area so that he can start working on blasters.
Nova,
And
you
I'll,
take 2 damage.
I'll carefully
Got it.
What?
2 psychic damage from the shock. I'll walk back. I'll walk back towards them, and I'll say, if I had to die for every time that clone trooper tried to kill us, I'd swear it was. And I'm just going to stop making the joke because I realize how serious it is.
What is with you guys and all these dead droids, by the way? Jesus!
He's a clone trooper. I'm a Jedi. I don't know what to say. Perhaps we carry our sins around on our backs. I don't know. Just
I'll say.
please try to get my phone back. By the way, if anybody, you can't see me, but I was wildly flailing my arms during that line.
Well, I could hear that in the voice. Yeah, I'm gonna.
Go fucking
So,
mule.
so do we find like a dead Mandalorian, like just sitting in a cabin who
No,
went to
he,
a
uh,
coma and
he
then
left. I
We find the
think.
Death Star just devoid of life. We walk onto we walk into the Jedi Temple on Coruscant to see all these dead children. And I've already seen all the dead Geonosians on Geonosis. I witnessed the purge. So I'm traumatized.
Oh, so we are So, is this droid also just kind of? Why is this one not on? I am
not
going to do a
on.
diagnostic check on it
You
just to
can
make
kill
sure.
him.
He's
He is
just
dead. He's not in the campaign anymore.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
he's
like he was
dead.
damaged. Like this is a broken, dead droid, basically.
He never worked in the first place.
Yeah, bad power
Yeah,
converter.
Yeah,
bad-
the
a bad
design of this
motivator.
thing is
It's a bad motivator.
Motivator is bad.
bad motivator.
Yeah, he
Gotta
just-
check for
he
these
just didn't-
things.
He just
I
didn't
don't
feel
wanna
like
do
getting
it
out of bed in the
today. I'll
morning,
do it
so he had a bad
tomorrow.
motivator.
All right, all right. As I kind of start like tearing this droid apart to scavenge parts and transfer it all over. As
going
I'm doing, I'm like, you can activate start memory file, visual memory file display.
For the droid?
Yeah, to the head.
All right. He looks towards you and says, what, which memory file would you like access to? There are 12 files.
Total length.
Average length is from 10 seconds to 5 minutes.
Let's start from the past to move forward. Then oldest files first.
Roger. As his eyes then show up, and it seems that the droid is actually in front of Darth Revan and Darth Malik
Jesus.
in the distance.
Do I recognize who that is? I assume we both recognize who it is.
Yes, you do recognize, and they are currently fighting one another in front of the droid.
Darth Revan and who?
His apprentice, Malik.
Okay, I'm sitting down as my character, and I am shuddering. I am scared.
What? Who are these two?
Revan.
I thought he was just a legend.
No legend.
You know what that means about this droid, then, right?
I'm very scared. I don't care. Seen. I play it all.
Yeah, he's doing it.
As the video is continuing on, it then sort of cuts. As the droid says, "Apologies. These were some of the corrupted files that were still able to be recovered."
Of course.
And then it cuts to what looks like the entrance of a temple of some sort on a whole different planet. The first scene was what looked like it was on a ship. This one seems to be on a planet that is very grassy. And it's a cave entrance, and inside the cave entrance are a bunch of weird, like, insectoid-like creatures that are coming at the droid, and several blaster fires are heard in the audio as he says, "Do you want a statement? Are you wanting to die, meatbags?"
Do I recognize the temple that he's in?
Make me a lore check.
Okay, out of character. We've been there, so like, you know.
It's out of character. It's the cave on.
Yeah, I know.
planet
Out of
Earth.
character, we've been to the temple in the hologram, but I guess it's because it's an HK unit.
Yeah, you do know that it is the temple that you have went into.
Okay. So this, and I'll just kind of stand up and turn to Bo. This droid is an HK assassin unit. It saw Revan and Malak fight, and it was at the Jedi Temple on Dantooine, and it was in the Crystal Caves.
Yeah, I don't think you understand, though. This isn't an HK unit. It's the HK unit.
I'll turn.
Boom.
I'll turn and look.
Boom, boom,
Nova.
boom.
I know what this droid is, and I don't know if reconstructing it is the best thing in the world for us.
Well, all that's left is these memory files.
Bum 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 bum.
The droid you knew is dead.
All the same, as soon as the memory transfer is complete. Okay, Nova, I'll tell you this. I study history. I love history, and I mean, I'll turn to Bo. Bo, you grew up at I don't know where you grew up. What's up?
I cut out for a second.
That's all right. But I'll turn back to Bo. Bo, you grew up. I don't know where you grew up, but you look like someone of noble upbringing. Certainly, you understand the value of information, of history, of knowledge. And this was HK-47. To even lose a bit of this memory would be a travesty. It has to be kept and recorded. I'll turn to Nova.
It's not.
I'll turn to.
It's not really. It's not that I was with nobility and knew that the value of it. It's that's all we did. I was a translator who sold information. You can get some good money if this is what you're really saying it is.
I turn back to Bo. I am not selling this, at least not yet. And I'll turn back to Nova. Nova, please, if you are going to transfer the data, move the memory to a private sector onto a chip or something, and let it come to my possession. You may use the chassis for whatever you like, but please let me keep the memories. We have video recording of Darth Revan and Darth Malak. That alone is invaluable.
Yeah, but once you transfer it, it loses all of its value. It'll be out of the. At that point, somebody could say it was fake because it was given to you. If you keep it in the original state that it's in.
Yeah, the original, and I pick up the memory unit, which is rusted. Like, there's not much of this, like, that's functional left. I'm not sure you could get much out of this. I had a hard time getting anything out of this. And again,
I'll turn to. Oh, sorry, go Nova. Sorry.
Like, me getting. It's transferred right now. The information is transferred and duplicated into my droid's memory unit, and I mean, you can keep this, and you might be able to relate information because they'd have the same data strips, but that's basically all you could do is I kind of place the messed up memory unit on the table.
I'll turn to Bo. Bo, as interesting as this information would be, who would pay more than 1,000 credits for a simple 5-second footage of Darth Revan and Darth Malak? But I'm thinking of the future. You can use the Force. I felt it flowing through you. Imagine future generations from now. This is 4,000 years ago, Bo. This is long before either of us were born, and this will be here long after we're gone. I am thinking of the archives. I am a law master of the Jedi Order, and I must protect this information. I don't care if people claim it's a copy. We know it's real. And when the Jedi Order returns one day, we can say that we brought back information. We brought back footage of Revan and Malak Think about that. Master Bo-Rain of the Jedi Order being one of the greatest historians that ever existed. This alone could put your name down in the annals of Jedi history for eons.
Oh, you mean that same Jedi history that's been absolutely annihilated? The same Jedi history where I see lightsabers as trophies in Grand Moff's ships because reasons? I'll tell you what. You guys figure out what you want to do with that stuff. I'm just saying, for the sake of our group, that's quite a bit of cash that somebody I know for a fact would pay on Alderaan. And it could be kept safe. It could be put in a lockbox. It could be buried deep within. But seriously, who cares about what some guy with some weird jaw and a guy who's got a weird fashion sense did in the past? The Jedi now?
Not all of them.
I'll see what I can do. Maybe we can sell it. Maybe you can copy it. Nova, can you copy it and keep the original on that memory? I mean, we could probably fake it till we make it, right?
I transferred it out. Like, again, the original is here. I copied it out, but I'm not. It would be really hard. The unit of the head's probably gonna have the clearest, but I can duplicate as many times as you want these videos and this information. It's not hard to do.
Yeah, and I will say this. Bo, the thing about information that makes it valuable is how readily available it is. If there's a video on YouTube, that's like the most readily available thing in the world. But if it's like locked in an archive, it doesn't matter if it's a copy of the original, it's still ultra valuable. It doesn't lose any of its value because it's a carbon copy. We've all worked with computers, so we understand that. At least Nova, I think, in character would understand that a copy.
Oh no, I get that.
Value. Okay,
oh, yeah.
So the point is, Bo, yeah, we could just make a copy of it and it would have no less value. Or does your character not really believe that?
Oh, no, not at all. Doesn't.
Okay, then.
Doesn't
All right. I just
it
wanted to make sure we.
Just because of how many times he's been used to help sell priceless artifacts, he's been around the nobility life.
Okay, then. In that case, so using that information, I assume I'm allowed to know that. I assume I'm allowed to discern what you're actually meaning, Bo.
Yeah. Well, and the other thing is, I knew that, personally, out of character, I knew that. I know how a USB
yeah, of course.
works.
Yeah. Okay. So the point is, I'll turn. All right. Well, Bo, to placate you, I'll turn back to Nova. Nova, if you can give me a copy, let me have a copy of the data. So, for example, Bo, if you sell it, that's fine. That's perfectly fine. But because he was my friend and for what he did for me, I need to keep part of him with me. It's just fitting and proper. And I need to be able to preserve him in some way.
So
take the head then. I'll just need that one component. I'll find a few curators and we'll see what I can do.
Make yourself rich.
Well, not me personally. I mean, isn't this group kind of like and he does the whole quote-unquote family?
That has yet to be decided, but it is indeed feeling like it.
Yeah, well, I'm going over to the HoloNet. I'll try to contact some of my contacts on Alderaan.
I will.
Yeah, and
I'll. Sorry, go ahead, Nova. I'm just sitting next to you, Nova. I'm not leaving the droid side now. Now that I know what it is, I'm not moving.
In my room.
How in shape is the droid itself, like the body of the droid, except for the head?
Very rusty.
But still, like, you can tell what this is?
Playing game.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can tell that it isn't like a very old.
Star Wars D&D.
Okay, then I'm actually gonna stop messing with it. I'm gonna be like, let him know that we'd be willing to sell the body too.
Now that's going to be a little hard. If I do recall any type of old Republic memorabilia, kind of needs to be sold on the black market. And that chassis, tell me that doesn't look like old Republic.
No, it's 100% Old Republic, but would I have contacts that I could sell this to?
This type of thing, No.
Or would I know
Okay.
somebody that would know somebody?
You would know somebody, but this somebody is very dangerous.
Okay, maybe not then.
And this person in particular that I have in mind would want to meet you directly. But even getting to him is difficult.
So, real quick, Nova, I assume you know what he's talking about?
The person? No.
Okay. So, let's figure that out first. I want you to have your moment. So, do you want to figure that out first, or because I have a possible lead?
Would that be a knowledge check of who, or
Yeah, that would be a knowledge check.
Lore or knowledge? What's a knowledge check? Like intelligence?
So lore
Pure-
or investigation.
Yeah, it's like that.
Maybe insight, because insight is supposed to discern things. So
Oh, yeah,
what?
yeah.
investigation?
Oh,
Okay.
All right, investigation then. 14.
Hmm. Let me do a thing.
Hawk,
Oh no,
Yeah.
it's a thing, man.
can you get me patched
Okay.
into the HoloNet so I could talk to Alderaan?
So, the person you do know, but getting to this person, you'll have to get to one of his goons. His goons are usually all over the place in the hut area and semi-core world. That's where majority of his
Ooh.
guys are at.
High
And
roll.
then you would have to meet with him, and then he will have to meet with the person, and the person will have to send a messenger to you.
Okay.
So out of character, and
I'm
my
not saying
DM.
who it is.
Yeah, I know you're not. I'm not asking you to. As he's contacting Alderaan, my character after the Battle of Naboo was a diplomat between the Naboo and between the Gungans. He was like the go-between, so that they would stay in good diplomatic relations. Because I was in the political world as a Jedi, would I know Bail Organa? It's up to you. No role required. Just would I know Bail Organa of Alderaan?
Yes, with you being part of the political system, alongside with Representative Binks and his partner Senator Amidala, you definitely have heard of Bail Organa.
Okay, so I'll turn towards Bo as he's trying to get ready. I do know of Senator Bail Organa, House Organa on Alderaan. I assume you know who he is.
Of course, kind of
Uh,
at dinner parties
well,
all the time.
Well, to be
well-
fair, anybody that knows that you, and I point at the Jedi, know that you're a Jedi, you should never get in contact with them because bounty.
Me?
Well, no, he points to me because
Oh.
I'm still the current Jedi. He points to both of us, I guess, because you're in training and I'm a full-on Jedi. But I turn back to Nova.
But I know one of you doesn't have much contact with the Jedi Order, and one of you was very much a Jedi for a while.
So I'll turn to Nova. Alderaan is not under Imperial control, and besides, Senator Organa was a great help to the Jedi Order in his time as Galactic Senator, and well, he might have contacts, and I
Not
kind of
only
shudder at the thought. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I could kind of tell you were shuddering. I figured you were in character still, so not only that, if I may, he's been under a lot of scrutiny in the Senate. A lot of his views don't really line up with a lot of the governors who are over those sectors, so I'm sorry to say, but Bail Organa is not somebody I wanted to contact.
Well, he does
Yeah,
have
that'd be a
contacts.
really easy way to get a target on our backs then.
He does have contacts in the rebellion. Perhaps they could use this information against the Empire. I mean, I'm not for helping terrorists, but at the same time, the Empire isn't exactly asking me to walk the streets on a parade. So,
Hey, Rusty, what's the most recent memory file?
Most recent memory file? Oh.
Date and time.
Most recent memory file. Date is not. Date of year is not yet able to be part. Date of year is not known due to corruption, but time and place of day is able to. The 27th of I don't know what the Star Wars calendar is, so
Right.
Just say the month.
of April 24th. Location was on Felucia.
Year?
Year unknown. Unable to gather information of year based on its corrupted file.
What was he doing on Felucia?
Could you estimate it all? Within 20 years, within 100?
By the separation of the times, it seems as though that this HK unit was upon the planet about 2 years after the ordering of 66.
Might be something very interesting on that then. Yeah, sure, get in contact with your person.
All right. Up, can you?
Are you
give me
wishing to view the
contact?
file?
Before we do that,
Yes,
while they were messing
actually,
around with
before you send a contact or any information out, why don't we watch all the videos? Sound
well,
good?
What I was gonna do is ask the DM if since while they were working on the droid, if I could be trying to take. Remember how we found like spare blaster parts on a Dantooine when we
Yeah.
first went there? Could I try and make a wrist blaster?
Make me a tech roll.
I mean, I'm proficient in arms techs tools, but
No, if you use arms techs, then yeah, then add that and whatever.
what would arms techs be including intelligence? Well, I'm proficient in technology and arms techs tools. Would either of those be using intelligence?
Yes.
Well, I guess it would be a +3 regardless. So
Yeah.
Uh.
So you're wanting to view
16.
the recent file or going to oldest?
no, I'm building a wrist blaster.
I know,
I was
I'm
trying to
asking
do.
Nova real quick, and then you're building
Oh.
the wrist blaster.
Yeah, I say we continue watching the videos from oldest to newest, and then we can get in contact. I just think we should watch all the videos, know what we're working with, then talk to whoever we're trying to sell to.
Well, we've got about 3 days until we get to Tatooine, so I'll. Be
And the
in my
longest
room.
video is 5 minutes, so it won't take long.
I'll be in my room going through some of my old contacts, but Nora, if I may speak to you privately.
Yes. And I'll walk with him to wherever he needs to take me.
Okay.
I'm just walking to my room.
So, Hawk, as you are going in trying to do this, you are able to make a bit of a small adjustment to your arm guard, as you're able to at least put a small blaster based piece on it to where it can fire a couple shot here and there, but not a bunch.
So would that be like 3 a day, or 3 every long rest?
3 every
Well, wrist
short
blaster's
rest.
an item.
Oh wow.
A
Yeah,
wrist blaster's
wrist-
an actual item.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Maybe the DM has like a homebrew, like he can only use it for like wait, DM. So it can only be used a couple of times.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say
It's
you
not
can
like
fire
that
off
legit.
12 shots before you need to do a long rest. But if you use three at a time, you can just do it separating it by short rests. So you can do like 4 short rests.
Oh, okay. So
To
so it has 4 charges basically, and every short rest recharges 1 charge, but a long rest recharges all 4.
yeah.
Okay. So
Well, it has a-
it's
Well, it's a maximum of 12 shots before you have to reload when it comes to the actual item. A range of 30 for close range and 120 for far range. It's disguised, fixed, and light.
Yeah, so it's a hidden weapon. You literally just hold
Yeah.
your hand out to somebody and they have a hole in their chest. That's pretty cool. I
Yeah,
love that.
and it's only 1d4 energy damage, but
Oh yeah, that's great.
It's supplemental.
yeah.
It's like you have it in case you need it. I mean, it's a blaster. Anyway, so dude, you having a wrist blaster is just awesome. Clone trooper with a wrist blaster, and yeah, I'm getting you a wrist rocket out of character. I'm getting you a wrist rocket as soon as I can.
You guys are gonna love what I'm gonna do later.
Oh no, I don't like that statement. Anyway, so Bo, you've officially locked a 40-some-year-old man in your room. How are we gonna do this?
Well, take your pants off.
Okay, you're gonna have to make
Uh,
several more wisdom saving throws, man. Anyway.
Listen, Wookiee lover. As he turns around, don't appreciate
Excuse.
using the Force on me. And no, not excuse you. You of all people would know just how violating that is to use the Force on somebody that you think is an ally. What, you got used to killing stormtroopers and making love to Wookiees? You think you're bad shit?
I'm going to become very angry, but then I'm going to relax and just say aloud, "There's no emotion. There is." Look, Bo, there is not justification for what I did. I am so used to using the Force in my day-to-day life, and that droid was my friend. You were very callous about the way you talked to him. This doesn't justify my behavior. I'm simply trying to explain why I did what I did. The Force is a part of me. It has been a part of me all my life. You are just now discovering your abilities, and they're very impressive abilities. So please understand, I do not mean you any ill will. In fact, I was hoping that I might be able to teach you what I know. But please understand that for a Jedi, emotional attachments are something that I was never able to cut off. That's why I was a diplomat on Naboo. I was never able to fully disconnect myself from reality. So in the future, please understand, I love you all dearly, and I would be devastated if anything were to happen to any of you. It's the last thing I want to do is upset you.
He reaches into his bag, tosses over a little data pad with a picture on it of him and another young Padawan. I didn't just discover my powers. I was there.
And I'll just hold the data pad.
We were there.
Oh.
Her name was Kano. She's dead now. So, this whole no emotion thing doesn't really work.
How old were you?
We were 12 on a ship. She force pushed me into the last escape pod, and then I never saw her again.
Oh, my ears.
So, I just assume she's dead. She was strong in the Force. She could do all these different things. She was the same age as me, but I looked up to her. I'd almost say I loved her. But what would a 12-year-old know?
A 12-year-old would know about as much as a 40-year-old Drethos.
Yeah.
And I very, very gingerly hand back the data pad. This is your memory. This is your motivation. Mine is you.
I'll get working on reaching a contact. I'll get you guys when I found someone.
Thank you, my friend. Ahem, DM, thank you. Anyway, I'm going to very carefully walk back, and I'm going to meditate. I'm having seen the face of the girl, I'm just going to, I know, I don't want to make a roll for it, but I just want to see if I can, feel for her somewhere in the living force and see whether or not she really is dead or alive. I don't need to know the results. I was just hoping to make a little connection. Okay, fine.
Dead or alive.
I don't really care, but okay, let's do this.
So Nova, as you are going through, and a lot of the files seem to be with another group that has had this droid. A few of them seem to have been a Wookiee, another humanoid, a Twi'lek, and a few others. But then the droid had been dormant for some time. What seems to be like its head was encased in a bubble of some sort, and then it looks like it was put back onto a body of assembly line. Its memory then cuts again as it keeps trying to go through various little files. So, Nura, as you are going through the Force, it is really hard to tell whether or not she is dead or alive in the Force. Bo, what are you wanting to do?
Bo is sobbing.
Okay.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, you're gonna
sobbing.
make me actually.
He's
Alright.
sobbing, and he punches he punches his door just absolutely hard as he can.
Okay,
Sorry, I
GM, we're
gotta
having
fuck around
serious
with it.
emotional moments.
Okay.
I know.
And, like,
we're having
ugly
serious
cry, not
emotional
even
moments.
the-
Could you?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Could.
it's the Tobey Maguire cry from when Uncle Ben died.
Oh no. Oh, yeah. GM, I know we're having. I'm all about having fun, but when we have serious emotional moments, could we not have commentary?
I know. I'm
Like, you
sorry.
know.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Hey, I'm the same way. I am the same way. Trust me.
Listen,
But anyway,
Wookiee lover, you don't get a say on who gets to be a.
yeah, I know.
You don't
Very
get to
emotional.
say
But
no more
as
than
I
say.
so because I rolled an 11, can I just feel the random touch and go of dead Jedi? Can one of my favorite Jedi in Star Wars is Adi Gallia. I just imagine in my Force vision I see her consciousness just drift by and touch mine and walk away. I'm in a meditative state right now, so I just feel all the dead Jedi. I'm like Rey at the end of Rise of Skywalker.
Gross.
Shut up. Anyway.
So
I'm
do
also
feel
a little emotional in my quarters.
Yeah, you do feel a bit of the Jedi, but Nova, as you're getting to there, you then see the part where it had made it into Felucia. The area it was in seems to be in a deep, dense forest place, as it then is stricken down by two Felucian warriors against a tree, as then it is looking down at the ground, and what seems to be legs of a different humanoid walks up. They're red colored. They seem to have some white indications, almost like tribal lake tattoos. As the droid then looks up at what seems to be a Togruta female, with a bit of what looks like robes made out of the materials of the surrounding area and whatever she has had left of clothing of her own. As she looks
Shakti?
as she looks at the droid and says, "You're a quite old one, and you have a lot to go through." And
Okay, out of character. You said red, a red Togruta with white tribal tattoos.
yes,
Oh, gross.
Okay, it's not Talon, it's not Ahsoka. I have no idea who this is. Out of character. Anyway.
Shakti?
Oh, that's not a Togruta.
Oh.
She's not. Wait, is she a Togruta? Oh
she
no!
is.
Oh
Talon
no!
is a Twilight.
Least. Yeah,
And I'm in
Talon's
my
a Twilight.
quarters. Nura doesn't know about this, so he doesn't know about the recording. Dang it! Why do I always miss all the Jedi stuff?
So, as it finishes, it shows another image of the Togruta training with what seems to be like a small child.
No,
Nice. I see what you did there.
Maris.
Does it look like Jedi stuff training?
Kind of. The child seems to be almost of an infant as she's holding her. And there seems to be like some small floating like toy. It almost looks like a brick, or not a brick, like a block made out of like wood. As a few of the Felucian warriors are looking over and making that, and then Shakti says, "This one will be with us for time. I will be watching over her." as that cuts over, Nura, make me another
Yes?
force perception.
Okay. And again, I'm not gonna try to play the DM or metagame. My door is closed, so I
know.
haven't heard anything physically. But that's a 6.
That's a 6. Okay. So you get a slight...
Why do I have a brush with Savage Press?
Well, actually,
It's like
so as you
more
are going,
trauma.
so as you're going through the force, you then sense what seems to be like a particular magic that does seem brutish and almost angry, like anger built into this once stunning creature. With what's, and it feels like it has gaps in it, almost holes in its chest. Its head is crowned, as it then,
I want to reach out to it.
so as you're reaching out to it, you then feel the burning fire in this creature, as its blackened form is mixed with its old lighting half, as it utters a single word. Brother. And as this word of brother is heard, it sort of echoes. And the thing looks towards you. Its eyes then glow, the fiery yellow and red. As then a second pair of those same eyes come behind you, and you feel this sinister, dark feeling still rummaging and is still alive in the galaxy. As it then replies back to this word saying, hold on, I gotta make sure it's actually working. As it says,
Brother.
brother.
So I will. Can I tell where the living thing is, or can I tell if? Okay, first off, do I have a hold on mentally on the ethereal being,
The ethereal
or is
being,
it slipping away?
the ethereal being you have just for a few moments, but as you're holding on to this ethereal being, you're sensing more of a darker presence that was in it and being influenced within it. And its influencer is still alive in the galaxy. You just don't know where exactly. There's too much of the dark
Okay.
side in the galaxy to pinpoint where exactly it leads to.
So knowing that the thing is still alive, I'm aware that the source is alive. I'm going to reach out with my mind and try to mentally hold on to this ethereal presence, because I wherever it is, it's alive. I know that. But this thing, Nura loves life, and if he can contact something from the nether realm of the force, he's going to try. And he'll reach out and try to grapple with that ethereal mental thing. What was your name?
Make me a force ability. I don't fucking know. Something
Like
with
a saving
force.
throw?
Yes. Make a
How
force
about
saving throw.
you make me a wisdom saving throw, and because I know who it is, give him a wisdom of +3.
Okay.
So mine is a 9.
Okay. Let's see. So as
yes!
So as you are holding on to this ethereal being, it then turns to you. Its eyes now just focused on you, and its pure hatred begins to grow. As it then utters at you, Jedi, I am Sauvage Opress. Why?
Okay, I recognize
Who are
you,
you?
and I immediately try to back out. I try to back out immediately. I am out of there. I am done. No, sir. No,
Oh,
sir.
that's
Make
crazy.
me another saving throw.
Oh, you got to be kidding me. Okay, I've contacted him, and as I try to run, I'm going to look back at him. Actually, you know what? I'll start to run. I'll still make the saving throw to avoid like being attacked by him. If I succeed, I'd like to do something. Otherwise, if I fail, I'm just gonna cut off. So it's a
Okay.
wisdom saving throw. I can take damage too. I'm not trying to control you. I'm just saying. Yeah,
Ooh,
24.
24.
I get a 14. Now,
14.
I'm not gonna control what happens. Do I maintain mental contact with him without being physically hurt by him?
Yeah, you're still able to maintain physical or mental state with him as he feels as though he's trying to. It almost feels like he's trying to run to you in like an anger stance. It's
Okay.
slow at first, but then it begins to pick up even further and says, "Where is my brother?"
Okay, so as okay, being a Jedi in the Clone Wars, around the events, I've heard of the Jedi killer Savage Opress. Do I know much about him?
Make me a lore check.
Okay, that's a D20 plus 6. Sorry for stealing the spotlight for so long, guys. I'm just trying to see if I can do something important to Nura. It's a 22.
You did hear about this Savage Opress or Savage Opress through what
Okay.
seemed to be Kenobi's reports. And in the reports, it had said that this beast is a kin being to the same group of individual Night Brothers of the Night Brothers clan on Dathomir. And he
Okay.
was alongside with his returning brother, Darth Maul, who their last known report was on Mandalore during the Clone Wars.
Okay. So as I kind of back away mentally, I will grapple with Savage and I will say, Savage Opress, hear me. You are long gone. But I swear to you, if your brother is in the galaxy, I will find him and I will make sure he is safe. He will not suffer the same fate that you did. I will
cannot
help him,
trust
Savage.
you.
Savage, you are gone. The Jedi are gone. You won the war. My only goal is to save you and all that is left of you. I swear to you, whether you accept it or not, I will find him and I will protect him with all of my power.
I keep you to your word, Jedi. If not, I will haunt you.
Do I sense any of this?
Make me a force perception.
Yep.
More like a wisdom saving throw with all the shockwaves of force I'm throwing around, am I right?
Nora over here making an impossible to keep promise.
I don't care. This is Neuro we're talking about.
So you do feel various force waves coming from Nura, and they're very intense. To you they
If he
seem a
were
little
to
bit
open my
small, but
door-
they're beginning to go up and up.
I at least step out of my room.
All
Okay,
right.
so as he steps out, do you want to move over to my room real quick? I by the way, I'm
Oh
trying
no,
to cut
no,
this off
no!
pretty soon.
That's what I'm saying is I at least step out of my room because
Okay,
I notice
so-
the waves, but I don't want to do anything.
So I will. Can I know he's Savage Opress, but I know that out of character and from my in-lore perspective, I know he's more than just a brute. Is there any way that I can put him to rest so his soul isn't wandering the Force in darkness? Is there any way I can save him?
Make me a insight.
Okay, it's a +5 because I have proficiency in it.
Hmm,
Ah,
something's not right.
that's a 13.
Looking at him, you do see those, like I said, small patches of white in him, as it seems his form sort of changes in a way. It sort of clashes with itself, but is still blended. It's hard to explain. Like, you see, like, some
Yeah.
parts of his horns, like, almost grow and not grow up and down. And his arms, like, almost go in and out, like flexed muscles. As a little bit of that
Okay,
more white side
um,
is coming out and says, and looks towards you. Says, tell my brother I miss him. And
I'll reach out. Sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
and bring him my blade.
I'll reach out. I'll reach out. Savage, I will. You have my word. And I'll reach out with the force, and I'll try to take it from him. I assume I can't heal him.
He
I
doesn't
assume I
have
can't...
his blade with him. He just says his blade.
Oh, it's like a Skyrim quest. Okay, so is there any way that I could use heal on him that would have any effect? It's in the force. So is there any way I could heal him to the point where he's no longer actively suffering in the force, to the point where I can like redeem him and maybe send him to peace in the light side?
Make me.
My goodness gracious.
I don't fucking
This
know.
episode better be this episode better be named Redeeming Dark People or something.
Redeem the Edgelord.
No, it's
DM, is there any way I can do it? DM.exe has stopped working. So anyway, what can I do? Can I help him at all, or am I just gonna have to let him drift in the dark realm of the force?
You're gonna have to let him drift for now. You can come back to him. Yeah, since you've made contact with him via the force. But
okay, wait.
It's gonna be harder to get in contact with him.
as I begin to cut off. Okay, as I get in contact with him, I'm gonna float up to him since he's not gonna actively hurt me anymore. I don't care if he is. I'm gonna float up and I'm gonna touch him and I'm gonna cast Force Enlightenment. Since he's literally a spirit now, I'm gonna give him the target has advantage on wisdom checks. So essentially, let's assume he's like a real PC. I would give him advantage on everything that would try to hurt him in the Dark Nether realm. I don't care if it has any effect. I'm doing it anyway because this is what Nura would do as a character.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna cast enlightenment on him and feed him my goodwill and, my love of all things living and say, Savage, I will find your brother. I will make sure that he knows that you think of him often. And I will come back to you, I swear it.
At the end of this conversation, I reach my hand out towards Nora's room just to see if I can feel anything. Would I have to roll for that, or is that just...
DM?
Sorry, say that one more time.
I was saying, Bo, at the end of this conversation Nora's having, he just puts his hand out to see if he can feel anything else more clear now that he's out of his room.
Maybe another.
While I'm still talking to him?
Yeah.
Like, while I'm still... Okay, so as I promise him this and give him enlightenment, I've cost the force points for myself.
11.
So he looks towards it as he then looks out to the abyss of space of the force. He then turns back to you and says, "Keep your promise." And then he floats off into the distance and you lose contact with him.
And so Bo, are you opening the door or are you just reaching out with the force?
Just reaching out with the force.
So you
And as
feel-
all this crazy shit's happening, I'm just sitting there watching videos and
You're
on
watching
Space
HK's
Tube.
home videos. HK's home videos. So Bo, as you reach out and feel with the force, you feel suddenly like my very faint presence. Suddenly you feel it like boo, like very clearly, like suddenly like a TV turning on. You feel me approach, and you hear a tuk thuk, as if my feet hit the floor and I hit the floor. I'm like, you hear a very muffled, ow!
Bo rushes over to the door and opens it.
And you see me lying on the ground, just that prone, like, and I look up at you. That was interesting. And I stand up, and I very carefully stand up. I'm very shaky, and I sit on the table. And my hands are shaking like I've got Parkinson's. Like,
Okay.
It's bad.
Do you need anything?
I had a vision. And I turn to Bo. I know there is something in this galaxy, a dark presence. It may be for good or for evil. I don't know how it feels about us, but I feel I've done something rather rash, but at the same time, I feel like I've done the right thing. And, I'll gesture, would you like to talk about it?
Would it be easier if we meditated on it?
Yes, it would be.
Then I would suggest, since I haven't meditated in a while, I think for the rest of this trip I'm going to meditate.
Okay.
Yeah, we're both gonna. So DM, I assume there's at least 6 hours left on the trip.
Yeah, it's been about 6 hours so far.
So what I'm gonna do is, along with, hopefully Bo is okay with this. Do you want a long rest, man?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're both gonna long rest. So I'm taking that now, and we're both gonna just recover. That recovers all my force points.
Okay.
And I'm going to share with him over the course of those hours, very carefully and very slowly, because I was literally mentally almost ripped apart by Savage Opress. I'm going to very carefully share with him, first off, my knowledge of who Savage was, images and flashes. Basically, you're watching the Clone Wars episodes where Savage got ripped apart a bunch of Jedi.
Yeah.
And then you're seeing also images of Darth Maul, and then you see in all our conversation. And so yeah, I'll leave it at that, and I'll wait until everybody else is done role playing until I wake up and talk to
him. What time
So
will we
just
be
for-
closing session, by the way? I was wondering.
Yeah, do we want to make this a shorter session, or do we want to keep this? Do we want to keep going later? Because I'm fine with going even later.
I'm probably gonna end up leaving a little early if we do decide to make it an extra long
Well,
session.
let me make sure they're okay.
Yeah, like how much longer? How much longer are you thinking, Hawk? How much longer do you want to be here?
Maybe 30, 40 minutes extra. Then I'll probably hop off so I can get some stuff around the house done.
Okay then. So tell you what. I've had all the role play I want, and I've probably taken too much from you guys. Bo, Nova, Hawk, if you guys want to do anything in particular, go ahead and do it. My character and Bo are currently tied up in meditation. If you want to do something with either of us, then wake us up. Because we're done meditating. I'm just going to wait to role play that until you guys are... And it'll be like a 3-minute thing that I do. It won't be long at all. Unless
Long
Bo
rest
wants to
is
make
8
it extra
hours,
long.
right?
It's six to
What?
8 hours. 6 to 8 hours for a long rest. It's like the amount of time you need to sleep.
Okay.
So it's... Yeah, so Nova and Hawk, unless you, Nova, or Bo want to do anything, I'm not going to keep you here very long, because I've already roleplayed a lot tonight.
I just
Okay.
wanted to clarify that did I actually make a weapon, or did I just make a special item thing?
Oh yeah, you made a wrist thing of your own.
The wrist blaster. There's stats for a wrist blaster. It's a simple blaster.
Yeah, you could.
yeah,
250
you
yeah,
could
there are.
credits.
Just
Is it
add-
okay?
just add
But
the charge
DM,
part.
didn't you say it's like? Yeah. So the point is, Hawk. It sounds like he's making it a special weapon, like a power, almost like a tech power.
Yes, I'll be right
you
back.
can. All right, go for it.
Cool.
But it sounds like it's a tech power. You can use it 4 times per long rest, and 1 short rest recharges when use of it. So it looks like you can use it 4 times. It's like Fireball in Skyrim. You can use it only a certain number of times before your magicka runs out. Except this time you can't chug down potions to restore blaster shots. Anyway,
Cranberry raspberry juice is very tangy.
yes, it is. It's great for eating with muffins, actually. Blueberry or cherry muffins are very, very good with raspberry and cranberry juice. It's very good.
I'm trying to avoid the what's the
Alcohol?
No, it has the seeds that are for opioid. Poppy seed muffins.
yeah. Never mind.
Yeah, I'm trying to
But,
avoid those.
yeah. So anyway, Hawk and Nova, if you two want to roleplay in particular, if not, then I can just close out the session in a couple of minutes once Bo gets back.
So, yeah.
I was actually we can just kind of go through the videos quickly, but is there anything else that
Yeah.
pops out at me?
Nothing really. The droid looks towards you and says, all video files have been watched."
So is mostly the to the Jedi and the young kid, right? That's most of the.
That was the other half. The other half was just it traveling to various places and locations and seeing. It seems it's been sold to various vendors here and there, but usually they had been shot by the HK unit as he just had looked at the bolt. In one of the videos, he just looks at the bolt and just takes his hand and removes it off, takes his blaster in a rotation, in like a full 360 rotation, and just shoots the guy right in front of him and says, "Dirty meatbag."
IG-11.
All right. Does it have any other videos of that the Jedi besides the one with the young kid?
It doesn't seem to have any other ones of those Jedi, but it did have one of a of what looked like an unknown Jedi. This person was a humanoid male, who was with the droid sort of like walked in on this humanoid person with this other person who seemed to had a covered up hood in a room, like a private room.
Hey, so quick question.
Huh.
If for some reason, this is just my knowledge of knowing what's happened so far, out of character, if Hawk does decide to leave, is there a way that Nova and I, if we stay on with Nora, kind of do something to help us boost up? Because we're only level 3 and everybody else is level 4. See what I'm saying?
Well, okay, DM, to kind of help him with that. We've had a couple of moments. I think you and I have had a couple of moments, Bo. So maybe through my meditation and a long rest of constant meditation, I've helped him connect with the Force. Because again, I don't mean to hold this over you, Bo, but I was an actual Jedi, so maybe I'm able to quote unquote train you and help you power up. Like maybe that gives him a level, but doesn't give me anything.
But then Nova also has been working on these droids nonstop and pretty much the ship every time.
Yeah, and
I will
here's the
think
thing,
on
it's
this. I will think on this.
So DM, also remember
Yeah,
you're
just
what is it called? What is it called when you level up like this where you're not doing experience? What's it called?
Milestone.
Milestone. Nova really wanted to get that HK unit apart. So maybe as part of her like career, getting an HK unit apart was like a new experience for her, and she's able to finally do it. So
Be right
maybe
back.
that's her milestone. That's her milestone, and now maybe this is Bo's as well. Whereas Hawk and I are just, old men chatting about old times.
The rest of the party will hang back, and the newer people that have come in, they will level up this session.
Yay! Thank you.
You're welcome. So yeah, so Bose will be the training of more force-based abilities, and the other one will, and Nova will be for the droid.
Okay.
Sounds good. I'm also going to
So yeah, the video of
be.
the droid walking out on the two people, it seemed like they were doing some extracurricular activities.
Oh boy.
Please, I want that on my data pad.
So
Nova,
as
please send it as a joke. Please send it as a joke to my data pad.
no. Last time it didn't end well for me, so.
Yeah, 2,000-year-old porn. This is awesome.
It's not 2,000 years old. This is Shakti. This is. Wait a minute. Is this still Felucia?
No. This is the This is back on the Ebon Hawk.
Out of character. You said 2 hooded figures, right?
No, one hooded figure that looks like she don't got no eyes, and then a male guy.
Wait a second. The exile was female. I don't care. Oh, I hope Trey is dead. I really hope Trey is dead at this point, because she would feel all of that.
All right,
wait,
so
it's not.
I'm also going to change my helmet so that it covers basically my whole face. It kind of blocks out my eye. If I can cover all skin, I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
You cover all skin. You're not being a good Twi'lek.
And
Okay.
yeah, and I'm just gonna kind of keep everyone's gear in check. But besides that, yeah, I guess I'm gonna be looking for that contact for trying to sell the HK unit. But yeah, we'll do that in hut space, I guess.
Okay. Oh wait, no, Tatooine's not in hut space.
What, contacts on Tatooine?
I thought you said the person I needed to
Oh
sell
yeah,
the
yeah.
suit.
The person in the person you need to contact is in hut space. I thought you were talking about getting in contact with Jabba or something. Sorry, my bad.
Oh no,
No.
I think that's where we want to head next session because out of character, I'm not going to force the situation, and plus it's going to be a week before we play again. But Jabba the Hutt, if you do a favor, first off, Jabba the Hutt keeps people that he likes, so we should not become very friendly with Jabba. But at the same time, we should go there first to show that we do value him, so that he doesn't, send a bounty hunter after us in case we get sidetracked. I'd say we go there immediately.
Yeah, so you guys are heading out in that direction, or no? You're heading out to Megiddo right now, right?
Well, I say we change course and go to Tatooine, if you know what I'm saying. I can use a
Okay,
little
yeah,
suntan.
we'll do the Tatooine one.
Well,
Alrighty.
I'll let the party decide, but that's my vote. But other than that, I think, I think we're done for the session.
Alrighty then.
Nova, are you comfortable with ending here? Hawk, are you both comfortable with ending here? Because I don't want to force it.
Yeah, sure.
Mr. PTSD over there, you okay?
Oh, we had a follower who subscribed. Cool. Thank you, TMS Sue Greaves 2 for the follow. About 17 minutes ago. Sorry about that.
Very nice. Okay, so yeah, Hawk had to keep adjusting volume levels, but yeah, he's good. So Hawk's out. So yeah, Nova, it was a pleasure role playing with you tonight. But yeah, so thank you, DM. I still have to say, despite the amount of fan service coming out of this, I am a sucker for fan service, and I don't care if there's a bunch of it.
Oh, I
You've
love
made
fan
this
service,
probably
man.
the best. I love it too. Trust me, I love it too. But thank you so much for this. This campaign is great. I love it. Every time I walk away feeling satisfied. So especially last week, but also just as much this week. So thank you very much for an amazing campaign. Thank you for running it, and thank you for putting up with me and with Nova and with Bo especially. Bo just sucks so much. So thank you for putting up with him. And I want this in the recording so he gets a rude awakening later on.
Absolutely.
But yeah, Plug, we love you. Thank you so much for putting in the time and the effort to do all this so that we can play Space Wizards. Thank you very much.
Alrighty, I'm gonna
All
head
right,
out, guys.
see you guys. It was fun.
Bye-bye. It was fun.
Bye.
See you next week, because literally we're all going to be here, and nobody's going to be anywhere else, because we're all here.
Alrighty, and that will end the session and will end the episode. So, thank you all for watching. Thank you, everyone who has subscribed and came on to the has come to the stream. Sorry that I don't usually see people's stuff here and there like as quickly as I want to, but it's hard to not having dual monitors, but that's fine. But anyway, I hope to see you guys in the next episode. Goodbye.